there's a lack of applicants, there's a lack of talent, there's, unemployment is so low. Yeah, these are problems and they're real, but they're also excuses, and it relies on us as the business owner, the business leader, to say, I'm going to figure out a way to make this successful no matter what. The job market sucks, hiring is impossible, unemployment is so low. I continue to hear this, and people are always asking, how is it that you're able to find new talent? And we'll share all of the secrets here with you in this video now. I'm Stephen Taylor, and I refuse to live a mediocre life. For the last 10 years, I've been building a cybersecurity IT support company, now to a few $1 million with 18 staff. And I'm always shifting my life and looking to one-up myself and always doing things differently. One of the old stories was, I had so many different jobs at a young age, right? I was an auto mechanic, I worked at the local shop, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just couldn't do it anymore, and so instead of going to work, I drove to the local pancake house, got myself a short stack, called in and said, I will never be coming in again. And sometimes you just have to take those life shifts, right? And you figure it out. But if it's not making you happy, you've got to change it, that's for sure. So another question that comes up all the time is, how do I hire? How do I get new talent? Where are you guys finding people? How are you, all this stuff, right? And yes, unemployment's low and it's a tough job market and everything else. But it's again about building a system and attracting the talent to you, right? We've hired 9, it's gotta be more like 10 or 11 over the last 12 to 14 months. And we're in a county of 300,000 people. So it's not that we're in a big metro area. It's not that we're in a populous, where there's a ton of people. And yet we're still able to attract talent. And the biggest thing is not like, oh my goodness, I need somebody, now put out a job ad, right? You have to be marketing and looking for talent all the time. Even if a job is filled, even if you don't even have that role yet, or you're not gonna need it for 12 months. Put out 5 to 10 job ads and run them consistently, always fishing for that talent, right? And you wanna be an organization that people wanna work at, right? People aren't just looking for a job and a paycheck. They want somewhere where they feel at home. They want somewhere where there's a mission and a why and something to kind of work towards every day, and somewhere where they feel, again, comfortable and part of that team and really a home. And so you have to do different things. It's not just have good salaries. It's what are all the other things that you're doing in what we call an all-inclusive compensation package, where yes, it's salary. Yes, it's health and life and dental. It's a cool 401k plan. It's our HR automation that just works and is a little bit more techie, for the younger generation, and our give and take time off policy. We understand that there's going to be doctor's appointments, there's going to be the dog or kids, and family things. And so go do that and spend time as you need it. And then we're sure you're going to give it back to us in the long run, right? And so much more, right? We've got a kitchen fully stocked, and we keep everybody, again, we're treating them like family, and this is their home. And that all-inclusive compensation does a ton more than just the corporation down the street that says, okay, here's your 40K a year and your 401k, People are really looking for a place to call home. And that's often why you're seeing the resumes where job hopping, right? It's not because they're not a good hard worker. It's because they're really looking for a place to put down some roots and call home. And so you've got to have a company that's worth working for, right? Job ads are always running. You're always bringing in and interviewing for all the different roles. You've got a great culture. You've got a great team. A players don't want to work alongside B players, and so you've got to be weeding out, bad talent if you had it, or bad eggs, so to speak, and you free their future like we talked about, right? A players want to be around A players, and so you've got to create a culture of excellence and moving forward and getting things done so that you're, again, going to attract and retain that talent as well. And we're always trying to one-up ourselves. What else can we be doing to improve the culture and improve, what we have here? But, there's a lack of applicants. There's a lack of talent. There's, unemployment is so low. Yeah, these are problems and they're real, but they're also excuses. And it relies on us as the business owner, the business leader, to say, I'm going to figure out a way to make this successful no matter what, right? You've got to climb that mountain, because if you sit on that excuse of, unemployment's super low and it's just hard to find talent, then you're not going to be able to grow and you're not going to attract good talent. And that's going to be really hard on your business. So you've got to find ways to break through and figure it out. But really, again, always running the job ads, always be hiring, always be recruiting, and you're marketing for that too, right? We run constantly on social media, especially on the weekends. Hey, ditch the commute to the city, stop riding the train. We're right here in your backyard. You can work with us and look at all of what we have and what we offer and what we're about. And videos like this are talents coming in saying, hey, I saw some of your videos. This is super cool. Looked like a place that I wanted to be at. Got to have that culture of success and company values, and everybody needs to understand the why and the mission and all that stuff, and it has to be a good fit for them, right? And so all of these things is how to make hiring and recruiting and long-term people are staying with you too, retention, right? All of this different stuff. And again, like anything, build it up, get it to 80%, and then improve upon it. Build it up, get it to 80%, and then always be improving on it. And you're doing that with everything in business. Everybody's always looking for, what's one thing I need to do? Everything. You really want to find out what are the values of this person, right? What are their core values? And really know what are our core values and what are our needs. Like, we don't hire based on technical talent, or it's a gauge, right? And it's important, right? But really, we're hiring on the values of that person, and they have to be kind of synonymous, not word for word, but they have to really line up, because long term, somebody who isn't in the same, having the same values as your organization and the rest of your team, they're not going to be a good fit long term, and you don't want that in your organization. So the core values, or sometimes what I call system requirements, super important in hiring, retaining, and reframing sometimes. Like, we'll gauge every quarter with our team, hey, you're a little bit off on this mark. We need you to kind of bring this back in line. And it's, again, around the core values. I softly touched on it, but where are the different places that you're looking for talent? Certainly, you've got to have the job ads out there, but are you interfacing with the local community college? Are you dealing with the high schools and trying to attack younger talent in the community and around the surrounding areas? Or even something as funny as a business card that says, we need to talk, and you may drop that off with the local barista or somebody who you interface with, where you're like, wow, this person really exemplifies our company values. So where else are you guys finding talent that isn't just your typical job ad? Follow us every week. Again, my thoughts and feelings on living a wholly successful life in all different tenets. Yes, we're going to talk about business. Of course, we're going to talk about technology, but sometimes it's about life as well. Follow us every week. Like and subscribe.